Hey, this is a podcast. No, wait, it's a comedy podcast. Well, we tried to make it a comedy podcast, and it's not meant to offend anyone. So don't get offended, okay? And wait, there's something else. Oh, yeah. Listener discretion is advised. Kunal, why should people support us on Patreon? This has been keeping me up till 3 in the morning.
This is a good conundrum.
See, people can listen to this free also.
I mean, if you support us, then other people also get to listen to this craziness.
Yeah. And the thing is, you see, like sometimes in life, you look at a thing and this is like, you say, this is so bad. My God, this is so bad.
And how can I spread this? It's almost like a disease. And when you pay, the bottom line is that you don't suffer alone.
No.
You suffer with other listeners.
You motivate demotivators.
Yeah.
So you encourage us
To demotivate.
to demotivate you. And who else is doing that in life?
And why wouldn't you pay for such a service?
Enough people are paying, you pay to give you love, to give you things. How many people are paying to tell you that it's all shit?
And just that sense for the shitter things in life.
The truly shitter things.
Yeah. So we need your help and we need your support.
Yeah.
So please go to patreon.com/our last week and
Party.
Yeah,
Patreon.com/our last week.
that's the one.
Audiomatic presents Our Last Week.
Hi, Kunal.
Hi, Pal.
In person.
Yeah,
We're doing this.
I can see you. Yeah.
You've put on weight, lost weight. I've stopped noticing actually.
I'm trying to start to. I'm doing some exercise, but it's not really affecting my weight. I think for the first 6 months, nothing happens to the weight. You just kind of get a little bit fitter.
Are you exercising on yourself or just watching exercise?
No. I'm exercising. I have a person who comes home and like pushes me, so I have an appointment to keep. It helps.
I know friends who have a person who comes.
Yeah.
I always feel a little intimidated by an intruder,
Yeah.
visiting and then making me do things with my body in my own house.
Yeah, and even my dog gets very confused.
Yeah.
Because generally I'm the master of the house.
Yeah.
My wife and
Yeah,
me, I'd
yeah.
say it's a 60-40
Yeah.
in her favor.
Yeah. And a
But-
man comes.
And
now.
a man comes and then this dog sees me prostrating and
Yeah.
then this guy is like he's pulling my leg up and then he's he's got his feet on my feet and then I'm trying to touch my hands to his hands like while I'm lying on my back. So my dog is very confused. He's like, what are you making this guy do?
Yeah.
And she comes and she gives me a lick and she's like, come on, you're better than this, you can show this guy. It's like
But
a
you know what
scene from
she's
a
really
movie.
doing is she's trying to say, you're a dog, right?
Yeah, and she's
You're a dog,
confused.
right?
Are you a dog? One
Because
second, what is
I've
happening?
known you as a person. You're a
Yeah.
dog. Let me lick your face. You're a person, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a dog.
What are you doing, Kunal? What are you doing?
Who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you?
So
Tricky.
So now the dog obviously knows that now the alpha is the trainer
Yeah.
because he clearly has me on all fours.
You're his dog.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm the trainer's dog.
Yeah.
And the dog is
It's like whose dog am I?
yeah. So then the dog thinks that is the one that I need to, impress.
Because why do I'm going to be subservient to another dog?
yeah, you're a dog in front of this guy.
You're just a
तू
dog.
तो कुत्ता है भाई.
Yeah.
जमीन
Yeah.
पे क्या कर रहा है तू हफ रहा है.
Yeah.
So this person comes and I train with him.
And they come early in the morning.
No, it's a variable time, but it's an appointment.
Yeah.
And I think that what you're saying is absolutely right. That it's a little intrusive into your space. You feel like, oh, maybe I should just keep this room a little bit neater, and I need to. So it's an appointment you have to keep, and it's like
You can't cheat if he comes. Meaning he's in your house.
he's
You
there
have-
now. He's at the door. It's a person.
You have to work out.
And if it's a gym, you always find an excuse. You always find the reason that I can't go today. This has come up. But here the person's coming home and I find that it makes a bit of a difference. But it hasn't yet on my body. But
I'm seeing no.
no,
Yeah.
yeah. But in my case, especially, I think the reason that he is doing a fabulous job is because I haven't expanded any. You know, I haven't
Let
become
go.
a blimp. Because
And I knew you when there were years.
There are years, and even now. But I'm saying that the thing is that in your 40s, you can, if you continue on the lifestyle that we've been, the through our 30s and 20s and all, the trajectory is whale.
Me.
The trajectory is whale.
Where I am currently.
But if a guy is able to just not make you lose weight, but just keep
Not
you
be a
where
whale.
you are. Not whale is my
Yeah.
ambition.
Yeah.
So for him to get me to not whale is what I'm very
It's
impressed
tricky.
with. Yeah.
But also what happens is because the Indian male physique is quite unfit, you notice how after your 40s, you also, like Indian men and women, they lean over to one side. Have you seen us walking compared to Europeans walking? Like we're always wobbling after a while.
I'm weighed down by my wallet and my phone.
Yeah.
Like I tend to lean on one side depending, and I am always looking for things to rest on.
Are you sure that they're your wallet and phone and not joint pain?
Joint pain is also there. I have lower back issues because I remember I told you I had fallen while skiing.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
That pain hasn't left me as yet.
It still hurts.
Yeah, it still pains. The
See, now,
memory
like,
as well as the physical pain.
Ryan Reynolds is our age.
Why did you say these things?
I'm saying it because we do a podcast. I'm just saying it. I'm sorry to bring it up. I'm not saying you need to mention this to your trainer, but look at Ryan Reynolds and look at me. Why am I in this state? I'm cutting 3,000 rupees. I'm not saying you have to do that, but he's our age, right? So I'm saying, why is it that I can't get out of my aeroplane seat? I mean, I may be a bad example because I just had some mutton pulao last night.
For breakfast, you had it for breakfast also.
Early bird breakfast. My trouble is, Kunaal, I want to lose weight, but at night when I get very hungry and there's mutton pulao and some dahi in the fridge, what do you want me to do? You know?
No, I that's why I feel, and that's why I'm saying that I have not controlled my lifestyle.
No.
I don't not eat the mutton pulao. Even I had mutton pulao 2 nights ago. This morning, even I had fried eggs in ghee. I was like, forget this olive oil, I'm going ghee. And I fried the fried eggs in ghee. The thing is that we're eating pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying that just to get that baseline, non-expansion.
Yeah.
Like I think that the
But I think it comes from getting a guy to your house.
It does.
I think at any point, if you pay a man to show up to your house
for any reason,
he's like, "Kya chahiye? Kuch karte hain. Aaj chalo, kuch karte hain."
Yeah.
You know how like when we were young, a friend would come over in the afternoon in our school days. Now you'd just be like, "You guys play." Now you have to play.
He's here.
And they like, you don't have any games.
Yeah.
But you'd invent some way to be
Something.
busy. Something. He's come over now. Akash is here. Kunaal, go play with him. So you have to come up with some way to play and be busy because you got a person in your house. So if this guy is saying, get on your stomach, roll your belly, tickle your ass, whatever you have to do.
Yeah.
You have to, and something will come out of it.
Something will come out.
My last question in this area. In your profession, I assume fitness is a pretty big thing. Like I see photos of actors and so on, and they're always putting up photos of themselves in front of mirrors.
Yeah.
And having lost weight. They spend a lot of time looking at themselves. Do you spend a lot of time looking at yourself?
No, I do look at myself.
You shouldn't, but I mean,
I do.
Okay.
I look at myself. The thing is that I have found that generally if I lose too much weight, people don't want me.
Yeah.
Because then if you lose too much weight,
by
then
people you mean work doesn't come.
People might want me, but I'm saying work as in
they see you as a plump.
They see me as a guy, like he would be so nice as this, this funny fat guy.
Yeah, jolly.
Now if I lose the weight, then I mean, I know I'll have to do other kinds of roles, but I would have to carve that niche for myself again.
From scratch.
As a normal looking person. I'm never
Yeah.
going to be like a, ripped six-pack kind of guy.
Yeah.
It's too late now.
Yeah. Well,
But as a normal person,
Yeah.
I'll have to start from the beginning of the acting rung. Like, I'll have to start
Yeah.
again from the beginning.
like go to Barry John's classes.
Yeah, I'll have to re-enroll. I'll have to learn how it is to act like
A thin person.
normal physique person.
Now you get like plumpish roles.
Yeah, and now, because you're a little bit this thing, there are certain rules that you can use
Yeah.
as a slightly...
Because the director's mind is also working like that.
Yeah.
Arey, we'll just throw him off a cliff
Yeah.
and he'll roll down and his belly
so
will...
funny. Then he'll
audience
see his
will have
stomach
fun.
and he'll be like so funny little hair here. So, but now it's just normal.
Yeah.
It's like, now what do we do with this guy? Yeah? He's
As
just a normal guy.
Kunal is the bank CEO.
But he's
normal,
normal.
he's
He's
just
looking.
anyone.
It's normal.
No. Let's
So
just...
that's why it's a very
yeah.
fine balance.
Let's go with Sonu Sood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sonu Sood is a little older than us. Yeah? Look at how fit he is.
He's very fit. But I feel like you also have to, like, to be that kind of fit, you have to be a little grumpy and a little, like, looking that way has to be a life goal. I feel like there are some men that enter a room
Yeah.
who are fit, who without telling you anything, tell you, I've spent a lot of time trying to look like this. I'm not saying they don't have other general knowledge. They might have general knowledge, but it's like, yeah, I'm in this room now and I look like this. Like they're usually men in their 40s and 50s, who look a certain way. It's they've lost weight. And without telling you, they tell you.
That this is...
Yeah. And they kind of have that look like, I'm sorry for you, but you haven't put in the time. And a lot of my income is associated with this.
But those are that person's wares then, though. That's
They are
fine.
his asset. That's
Those
it.
are the assets.
Exactly. That's their thing.
Yeah,
He
but I'm
may
saying
not
that
know what the capital of Ukraine
Yeah, but
is.
see, Pal, now when you walk into a room,
No expectations.
no expectations, but you can't help but, crack a joke, like
have to show my
embarrass
assets.
yourself,
Yeah.
Embarrass someone else.
Yeah.
You have to present what you bring to that room.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And then you'll be like, yeah, this is what,
Because by looking at me, I haven't put any effort into anything else.
so clearly there must be something else to this person to be in this room.
What else?
Otherwise, why is this person in this room? And then the other guys also, you can see it happening on their faces also. Like, they're like, first they look at you questioningly, then you crack one joke, two jokes, you make something, then you just say something derogatory, something like,
Yeah.
and then they're like,
Okay, so his thing is humor is his thing.
Humor is this thing. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Because you must understand, like, it's a cruel world.
Yeah.
So everything is like, why should we let him live? So you are just buying
Why
that
not
space.
cut him from this room?
Why not cut his head off,
Yeah.
throw it out of the window? Why not let him, throw him out of this room?
Yeah.
So that's what you're justifying, really.
True.
Kunaal,
Yes.
conundrum.
Yes.
We rarely start with the national conundrum,
Okay.
but I suppose we have a sort of a national issue. There's some rumor about the name of the country being changed, possibly just around the G20 summit from India to Bharat. I have nothing to say about that. This is not a political podcast. Now, you and I have pretty much, since we've grown up, known India to be India.
India, yeah, I mean, people have referred to it as India, Bharat, Hindustan.
Yeah. Interchangeable.
Interchangeable, and I mean, it's never been like an issue in that sense that India, Bharat, Hindustan. It's just been like, you can use any one of them.
Yeah. But it's never
And
been
it's,
like...
and it's always been helpful when someone's writing a song because you have three options to get something to rhyme with.
Yeah.
Bharat humko jaan se pyara hai. Then it's
India, mera India.
I love my India.
Yeah.
For songwriters, it's been very helpful.
What was that? Was it a Sharon Prabhakar song? Something say Asia, something India.
Made in India.
Made
not
in
Sharon.
India.
There was Alicia Chennai.
Alicia Chennai, yeah. There was a time these pop stars were quite interchangeable,
Yeah. But I mean, you won't be able to go back and change the lyrics to the song. Those songs will still say the same. Made in Bharat.
It just doesn't have the... Like Mr. Bharat is not the same film as Mr. India.
Mr. Bharat, yeah.
Mr. Bharat is not invisible.
He's not invisible. In fact, he makes himself more visible.
Invisible.
He
Who runs that orphanage? That Mr. Bharat,
Yeah.
who lives with those 7 children. Anil Kapoor. Arey, what? He can be seen in red light. I can see him in any light.
he's quite flashy.
I know him, Mr. Bharat. So it sometimes in a cricket stadium shouting Bharat, Bharat sounds like you're looking for someone. It doesn't sound like you're cheering for a country. Bharat, please come to stand 4G. Your parents are looking for you. I see what the idea is. Like a lot of people now, like say, when you go to a dinner party and someone says, "Oh, arey, I live in Gurgaon." You mean Gurugram? Like
Gurugram.
some dickhead will correct you.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about name changing. Like, sorry, you're flying out of Allahabad. Prayagraj, you mean? Shut up. Just there's always some dick who'll get pedantic about these things. And Bharat stands for something. Like it's like, please don't say India. Like you can start trouble. There's no trouble. With name changing, you're just starting trouble when there's no trouble. Remember there was some fracas over the national anthem. Where are you standing up for it? Are you not standing up for it? You're just starting a fight when none is called for.
Yeah.
So I just feel like with name changes, you're just starting trouble when nothing is asked for.
Like I'm just saying, hypothetically, if someone didn't stand at the national anthem and if another person who was standing next to him didn't have a problem with it, then is there no problem?
Yeah, but someone would have a problem with there not being a problem. This is India, no? I mean Bharat. So there's a problem. How come you had no problem? Like they'd let the guy go.
But how come you didn't say anything?
The guy who didn't stand, he'll be home back at Infosys working.
Why didn't you make
You were
him
sitting
stand?
next to him now. Why didn't you say anything? I didn't feel like saying anything. No, you come outside, you bash you up.
So if there is no, like if a person feels like there's no problem, there's still a problem. Is
The
what you're
problem.
saying. There's a problem.
So you're not saying Bharat, like that'll become a thing now. Oh, you're one of those, says India. You say Bombay, not Mumbai. We know what kind of person you. Now then your identity is associated with the old name.
Yeah, I know. And then you're immediately slotted as a kind of person.
Yeah. Unless you choose not to play the game only. Unless you go so far back. Say, then you start saying, I'm coming from Magad. You go so far back.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to Takshila.
Yeah.
I'm going to go via Samudragupta's kingdom. You go so far to the medieval man.
Yeah.
You're like, this guy's lost his mind.
Yeah.
You start naming things from that time.
And then you start judging them for using modern names.
Yeah. They're like, what country are you from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've taken on all these things. So you start making
Where do you live? Sultanabad.
So then you start making Indus Valley civilization
Yeah.
references.
You take a left from Harappa.
Yeah.
You go straight down.
Yeah.
I don't even know other city names. There were only two, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa.
And that coastal one in Gujarat, which is a port city, which was also around the same time.
Oh, really?
And then, of course, there's Dholavira.
Gosh, I don't know
Dholavira is
any of
also in
this.
Gujarat. But then you have Dholavira in Gujarat, and then you have another one, which is a port city in Gujarat, with starting with A, something it's called.
Did your personal trainer teach you this?
Yeah. He trains me in history. It's not a physical thing.
He's like, look, Kunaal, tooth is of Kunala. He's lost a ton of weight and he knows a whole lot of shit now. Can I come into a new conundrum here?
Yeah.
My partner wants to have a dinner party.
Right.
And my partner wants to buy some plates and crockery. Because as
Right.
you know, I moved into a new house.
Correct.
And I don't have any crockery. I have crockery. I have enough crockery. And
Things just to put food in.
food plates, bowls, tureens,
Right, right.
rubbish like that. So she thinks we need these things. And I said, but who are we calling? She said, just friends. Like I said, what like who? She's like maybe Kunaal and his wife and your friend Rohan and his wife. And I'm like, see, they already know who I am. And their view of me will not improve if you gave them new plates. So why can't we just make do with the plates? Why are we spending 7,000 rupees on plates? Why can't we just give them whatever from the plates we have? Whatever cock-ups I've done in my life, in my relationship with them, plates will not improve it.
But not having plates could worsen it.
Possibly.
See, my thing is
Possibly.
that like you are like you are making plates an issue by like for the evening. It'll become a topic of discussion. Where it'll be like there'll be one plastic plate, there'll be two, melamine plates, there'll be one ceramic plate,
That's
a
what I was
metal plate,
hoping.
one paper plate, and everyone will take one, and then the host will be, no, I'll have it in the paper plate. You take the plastic one. You take the
take the
steel
nice one. Yeah.
Take the nicer one, and it'll become a thing that evening.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the evening, you'll be, my plate is, this plate is falling apart or whatever it is. It'll become a thing.
Yeah. But that's an expectation you have. Like, for example, you and your wife are not planning to leave a dinner party from my house without some sort of criticism.
See, I feel that criticism will definitely be there with or without new plates.
Some other angle.
There'll be some other angle because ultimately it is you.
Yeah.
So you would have messed up the evening in some way.
So that's what I mean is, I'm saying that when you leave and say, Arey, Paul didn't give us any plates, you actually, knowing me as long as you have a sigh of relief that was the least contentious.
Yeah.
So I think my partner is trying to make me a different person.
That's my contention. Is that what's happening is that you have a certain expectation to meet.
And basic human behavior expectation.
And the expectation also is that Pal won't have proper plates. That's what's expected. I mean, he might have some decent food, whatever, but there won't be plates to eat it in. We're going to have to pick it off the platter.
Or crockery of any kind.
Everyone might not get a glass. It's going to be like someone's drinking out of those plastic cups. That
You're
is
just describing the last dinner party I had.
exactly that same thing.
Yeah.
And I just feel that by changing all of this and by putting proper plates and glasses in place, the onus is now greater on you to fuck up in some other way.
Yeah.
And your whole personality and this thing is being infringed upon.
Yeah.
In the sense that now who are you if you have plates?
Who
are
am
you
I?
the kind of person who has plates?
Like, why do I now need jokes and all?
Yeah.
Earlier, I had humor to fill the fuck up that there's no food.
Or the plates. Then you'll make a joke about the plates. And say, you don't deserve a better plate.
Yeah, you know what happened in Edinburgh? I'll tell you a story.
Yeah,
and then everyone forgets about it.
Correct.
The fact that I forgot to order the ham, for example, is
Yeah.
not a big thing. But now, why would I need humor?
So what you're saying is that if everything is looked after in an evening,
Yeah.
plates, food, drink,
Yeah. Who am I?
then what's left of you, Pal?
Yeah.
And so what it actually is an existential crisis.
Yeah. It's a core.
It's a core.
problem.
And the baseline of this matter is that you're a conjuice fucker who doesn't want to spend 7,000 rupees on plates. That's basically it, right? At a basic level.
And not on these friends.
Not on these truths, yeah.
What I'm saying is that there's a Bengali phrase for guests.
Yeah.
And the Bengali phrase is mathay tola dorkar nahi. There's no need to lift these guests to your head. Because it's just these. If I had better friends, if I had curated my life better,
Yeah. If I had made better choices.
many better choices, then I would be deserving of belong to a class of people higher than this.
But then you know what you need to do, na? You need to change your name.
This is Shubhendu.
This is Shubhendu.
Some other guy. He lives in Bharat.
Yeah.
Kunaal,
Yes.
we have two tremendous listener conundrums.
Yes.
The first one is from Knitflick. Knitflick is a fan of the podcast, a Patreon subscriber, and a friend. A friend to the podcast.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Hi, she says. I have a conundrum, again about an elderly parent.
Okay.
Mom needs help walking, but she refuses to practice walking with her rollator walker. We always have to convince or cajole her to get her to try it, and she complains for the entire time. Today, she refused to use it and shouted that she will walk by herself. I was so aggravated, I left her and went into another room. Dad came to me 10 minutes later and said that she indeed walked by herself and was sitting on a chair. Should we purposely make her angry so that she ends up walking by herself instead of leaning on one of us and holding her hand? I have elderly parents like this. I think you got to light a fire under the parent, man.
You think so?
Just now on an Emirates flight, there was a guy. He said, "Where's my wheelchair? Where's my wheelchair?" And they said, "Sorry, sir, no wheelchairs available. There's a crisis." So he's like, "What'll happen?" He's like, "Well, you'll miss your flight." "I can't miss my flight. I'm going to the US to see my son." "You'll miss your flight." He got up and he walked.
He went.
He quietly walked to the flight. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but any flight from India, when it lands abroad, all you see are just hundreds of wheelchairs. Because I think it's a free service. We use it.
Yeah, it's offered as a this thing.
So we take it, whether you need it or not.
Yeah.
And the hundreds of people waiting next to the wheelchairs are also Indians.
Yeah, I think that people firstly don't want to walk.
Yeah,
we've discussed
long
this, they don't want to
distance.
walk
Yeah.
long distances, and also if it's a service that's there, we are going to ticket.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
if it's there, like you're getting it, then might as well take the wheelchair. Na? What is this thing? I think that it might be coming to a stage where there might be more wheelchairs than non-wheelchair passengers.
Yes.
It might come to that.
So 350 flight, about 300 will use
Wheelchairs.
And then you said that there might be a wheelchair race.
There could be a wheelchair race where everyone move, and then someone pokes the other person's wheelchair with a stick. Like, aage jaane do.
And then you realize there's no other way to get to your flight except for a guy pushing a wheelchair. It's like a wheelchair race.
And I think that then there's going to be hierarchy within wheelchairs.
Yeah. Do you think the pilot will come in a wheelchair?
He could also come on a wheelchair. With the air hostesses behind him in wheelchairs.
Yeah, being pushed by other air hostesses.
Yeah. So, the wheelchairs are this thing, but I think that to encourage a person to not use a wheelchair, one is of
abandonment, like what Netflix did.
Well, Netflix angered her parent into saying that I don't need your help, I don't need this thing, I can do it on my own. But
Get up!
I'll do it myself. And so it's that feeling of being pushed into a corner,
Well, my father's blind and I was trying to get him to walk because he got really lazy. I told my dad we're going to his local club and instead we went to the lakes and I just left him there. And so he had to walk. Where is this? Where am I? Where am I going? And he had to walk a little bit. And I said, nobody cares if you're blind over here. You're in the lakes. Why have you brought me here? Some shouting happened, but he walked. I think that after a point, you have to treat parents like children. Otherwise, willingly they won't. You see old Indian people with walking sticks, they just use it like Raj Kapoor used to use it. They twirl it, they use it to dance a little, they do a little Mera Naam Joker, but they don't use it.
But I think that what you need to do at the end of the walk,
Yes.
there's a treat. In the case of an older person, it could be
It's a khakra.
food, it could be some
Soft
form
drink.
of soft drink, some ice cream, some sustenance.
But we are lured, I think, as a people by tiny incentives.
The other thing to do is that you and your dad should be at the end of the room gossiping and laughing. And it should be some family related gossip. And it's like, and then what did Auntie Nina say? And just
Shut
up.
But then your mother will want to take part in
incentive to come there. What did you say?
Yeah.
What did she say?
Come, we'll tell you.
Come here, we'll tell you. And then you get into that whole thing. Come here, we'll tell you. So then there's incentive to come on the walk.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what are you going to walk for?
Yeah.
I'm going to walk up to there and not get anything. See, you can't walk for the sake of walking.
No.
That's the problem.
This is the thing. Last conundrum, Kunal.
Yes.
Travel conundrum from G.
Yes. Hi, Jay.
Hi, Jay. Jay is a friend of ours as well. Hi, Kunal and Pal. I had a metro conundrum. I was traveling by the new Mumbai metro yesterday. That has recently started and something interesting happened. The metro seats that are horizontally placed have the last seat reserved for women. And on top of it, it says in bold letters, ladies only. On one such ladies only seat, there was a college boy sitting and enjoying his music. His headphones were pretty huge. One couldn't miss it. Anyway, lady walked to him and told him to give her the seat, as there was a ladies only seat. The boy removed his headphones, looked up, asked the lady sitting next to him to exchange seats with him. And the other lady did. And this guy moved into a general seat. He then looked up to the lady again, who was asking for the seat, and said, "Sorry, it's taken." While that looked brutal yet cool, I was wondering whether what happened in front of my eyes was wrong or right. Would love to hear your thoughts on this.
So there's one lady's seat and there's a lady sitting next to the lady's seat and this guy sitting on the lady's seat.
Yeah.
Another lady comes in and says, I want to sit on the ladies only seat. And the lady sitting next to him, he asks her, can I switch with you? And she just switches with him and the lady standing doesn't get a seat.
Exactly. That's absolutely correct. Now, he does the most logical thing possible. He's like, okay, what is my mistake? My mistake is I'm sitting in the ladies only seat. This is a lady. Lady, you want to sit here? Yeah. Can I sit in yours? You're in a general seat. Lady's like, sure. So he flips. He does the most intuitive thing possible. He gets himself a seat and finds a lady to replace him in the ladies only seat. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's cruel also.
It's cruel, but also I think the lowest caste system of seating in India, anywhere, cinema hall, train, anywhere, is a single man, young single man.
Young, single, able-bodied.
Young single able-bodied, the fact that he's able to commute without being thrashed is in itself a privilege.
That is what you should be thankful for.
That you can get home from work and back without a group of women beating the shit out of you.
Well, generally it's a separate compartment. So if you're in the ladies' compartment, you should be thrashed.
Automatically you should be beaten.
Yeah.
So clearly in India, they think below 30, you are not afforded any dignity, let alone a seat.
But you're physically able young man.
Yeah.
If you have to stand for an hour and a half, stand. What is the big deal?
But I want to extend this also to how bachelors in India are treated, which is if you are a bachelor and you rent a flat, no one cares about your personal space. Your landlord will easily move in and say, I'm going to use this to store 3 cupboards and a goat. You're a bachelor, what do you care? So bachelors generally are not afforded any dignity. In fact, if a bachelor is enjoying a small civic comfort, like a chair or anything, someone will come and tell him to leave. Because his
enjoyment is the lowest
I think the older you get, we will also be treated badly if we're traveling as single men. But because we're a little older, there's a little bit of care. Then maybe he has back pain. They don't know you have a physical trainer. Maybe he can't walk. Maybe he's changed his name.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't have dinner plates. Whatever. So they treat you with little respect. But if you're in your 20s and you have curly hair and you're a boy and you're sweaty, everyone basically from a police constable beating you with a lathi to anything is open during your day. To someone mistaking you for somebody else's boyfriend and bashing you up. Everything is open.
Well, these are your years of,
Violence.
of struggle.
Correct.
And if you're not put into discomfort now, how will
When?
you know what comfort is?
Yeah. Like, you're not going to be thrashed when you're Uday Kotak.
Yeah.
But this is the time.
This is the time. This is the age.
time for your beatings.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say at the end of the day is, thank God I'm not a 20-year-old single man anymore.
Yeah.
Because even if you failed in life at my age, people don't know that.
They have certain assumptions of success.
They're like, he's got a belly. He must have done something with his life.
Clearly he eats.
He eats.
He's successful.
He's got a house. The house has a watchman. So surely he must be somebody.
Yeah.
They don't treat you like, get out from it, get out. Like, nothing that you purchase as a young man is guaranteed.
Yeah. Only after a certain age do you get that aukat.
Correct.
Aukat is a very, very distinct thing that after a certain age, it's ye tere aukat ka nahi hai.
Correct.
That cusp between, young boy to someone who has some aukat is a
and you
is
could
a
be
crossing.
anyone. You could be a startup millionaire.
Yeah.
See, if you're just spending time in a Starbucks, it's perfectly common for an older man to come, give you a tappi on the back of your head, take your coffee and leave. And if you went to the High Court of Bombay, the judge will rule against you. Like, what? You could have bought another coffee. What are you, a young man? What do you need a coffee for? The basic dignity of life is not awarded.
Not fully awarded.
I'm not saying this boy did the right thing, but I'm saying a little dignity for our young.
Yeah.
A little dignity. This has been our last week.
It has. Thank you.
Thank you. And I don't know who we are thanking.
For joining us.
To our listeners, to our lovers, to our supporters.
And thank you to our Patreon subscribers. Please keep sending in your conundrums to our last week.
At audiomatic.in.
Oh, beautifully completed, yeah.
Thank you.
And what is the other
Patreon.com
/ our last week. That's the one.
And week after week, we will keep coming to you. The more you say stop, the more we will be there. So,
the plague. We're like the plague.
Yeah. So at this time, resistance is futile.
Yeah.
You might as well just give up and listen to us.
Yeah.
Because it's been, 200 shows, 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no signs of this storm easing.
No.
None.
Bye.
Bye.
You were listening to Our Last Week, produced by Akanksha Kadam and Avdoot Khanolkar, hosted by Anuvab Pal and Kunaal Roy Kapoor.